Hey everyone, it's Sarah. It's just Sarah. The other Sarah is not here with me because we have an update from the Luis Rubiales situation. There was reports yesterday that Rubiales was going to resign from his position as president of the Spanish Federation. Sarah and I shot a video talking about his resignation, how that was good. That's the first step of what needs to be changed over there. So we actually shot a video and then we were going to release that today. So I wake up this morning and then I get the news that not only did he not resign, he's kind of, as you say, doubling down on the situation, saying he did nothing wrong, how no one's going to take him down, and just really unhinged behavior. Even at one point, he's saying that she initiated the kiss, she wanted the kiss, all the very unhinged behavior. And everyone thought, okay, he's going to resign. That major Spanish news organizations were reporting that. So it sounded really good that, okay, that's what we needed. Well, we thought yesterday the reason why he was going to resign, we never thought that he actually thought that he did anything wrong. We just thought the ramifications of where this could go was going to be enough to make him resign, because FIFA had opened an investigation on him and the Spanish Federation. And what everyone thought was, okay, once FIFA opens an investigation on him, that means things could be in jeopardy, such as Spain has a bid in to host the 2030 World Cup. And people thought, well, he didn't want to put that in jeopardy for the country. If he resigns, then there's more of a chance that the bid would be accepted. But it just came out that, I'll read the headline, Luis Rubiales refuses to quit and rant over unsolicited kiss. Today was the General Assembly for the Spanish Federation, and they were going to, so initially we thought he was going to resign. What he really did was trying to explain his actions. But then he started screaming that I will not resign. I'm going to read a little bit from this article and then I'm going to talk about it. Luis Rubiales refused to resign as president of the Spanish Football Federation on Friday. He said he will fight till the end, a week after growing pressure following his unsolicited kiss of Spain player Jenni Hermoso. Rubiales, 46, announced the surprise move after widespread reports that he planned to quit, in a speech in which he attempted to justify his behavior and lashed out at critics during an extraordinary meeting of the Federation's General Assembly. President of Spain's Sports Council and its Secretary of State of Sport, Victor Francos, subsequently confirmed the CSD would take action against Rubiales, bringing the case to Spain's Administrative Sports Court. Do you think this incident is so serious that I should go after the best management in the history of Spanish football? Rubiales said, let me tell you, I'm not going to resign. I'm not going to resign. I'm not going to resign. And that was like a chant. I'm not going to resign. It was, if you see the video, it's like a very unhinged video. Then he goes, I've come under a lot of pressure. Perhaps somebody will look to remove me on Monday. But we live in a country of laws. It is a consensual kiss enough to remove me. I'm going to fight till the end. I hope the law is followed. There's no reason to remove me. It won't happen. So he's still claiming the kiss is consensual. Rubiales gave a lengthy account of his actions following Spain's victory in the Women's World Cup final, which included grabbing his crotch in the immediate aftermath of the win and an unsolicited kiss on Hermoso. And then, this was actually in a different article technically, but it's the same story. It was a bizarre press conference. He defended the kiss, saying, Jenni was the one who lifted me up. I told her to forget about the penalty. And I said to her, a little peck? And she said, okay. It was a spontaneous kiss, mutual, euphoric, and consensual. That is the key. A consensual peck is enough to get me out of here. I will fight till the end. And I'm going to be part of this too. In an even more strange turn of phrase, he said that a social assassination was taking place here, and that I am ready to be vilified to defend my ideals. So yeah, he thinks he is the victim 100%, and it's pretty disturbing. Meanwhile, Rubiales also went on to call his critics false feminists. We must know the difference between truth and lies, he said. I am telling the truth. False feminism doesn't look for truth or justice. It doesn't care about people. So he is not resigning. He is also, still protesting his innocence. Also, we talk about this later in the video too, but apparently if the Spanish government gets involved, someone left a comment saying, once the Spanish government gets involved, then FIFA requires you to suspend your matches. So the fact that if the Spanish government now is going to get involved, that's really bad for the Spanish Federation. They have a match coming up against Sweden next month. So what Sarah and I are going to do, we talked a little bit more about the crotch grab. I'm sorry, I'm calling it that. I don't know what else to call it. And Rubiales made some other inappropriate comments. We're going to talk about that in the next segment, but that's kind of the update. He is refusing to resign. And it's even more disturbing than I thought it was going to be at this point. When in the video of him at the General Assembly, I mean, it's, he's yelling, he will not resign. People are clapping. I mean, it just seems like the players' safety is an afterthought for a lot of people. Because if this was a one incident situation where Rubiales was being inappropriate, but it's between the mutiny of the 15 players and now this, because people are still saying there's no issue, everything's consensual. The powers that be of the Spanish Federation don't want anything to change when there's obviously a problem. So it's disturbing, and things are developing also daily. I'm going to go in the next part of the video.
Hey everybody, welcome back.
Yesterday we got such great response from the video. So many people are so upset. So many people are just so infuriated by the behavior of the Spanish Federation and how they don't seem like they have any boundaries with these players, and they treat them like property. We got so many good comments and a few things I actually quite didn't know, but we're going to get to that in a second. But not that we have to talk about this even more, but we have to reinforce what a not good person this is, what a toxic person this is, because there's a couple stories we didn't even touch on. And one of these stories is
Spain football boss Luis Rubiales seen grabbing crotch next to Queen and teen daughter before shock kiss of World Cup star. Spanish FA chief Luis Rubiales has come under fire once more after footage emerged of him grabbing his crotch next to the Queen and her daughter. The football official had already been slammed for grabbing and kissing Spain's Jenni Hermoso on the lips following La Roja's 1-0 victory over England in Sydney. The shocking moment happened as he stood next to Queen Letizia and her 16-year-old daughter Sofia. The video was uploaded by Spanish politician Pablo Echenique, who has slammed Rubiales for his behavior, he said, as well as giving Jenni Hermoso a non-consensual kiss on the lips while he grabbed her head, an act that could represent the commission of a crime. Rubiales also celebrated Spain's victory grabbing his testicles next to the Queen and her daughter. Oh, God, that's so freaking disturbing and disgusting,
and that just kind of just shows what kind of behavior he's doing out in the open, seemingly thinking there's no consequences.
Next to children.
Like, it's disgusting.
I mean, to do it on its own is disgusting, but then to do it next to a child.
Yeah. We didn't even talk about that yesterday. I mean, that is as disgusting. Some might make the argument it was for a split second, because if you watch the video, it's really quick. But it doesn't matter if it's for a split second. That's inappropriate to be doing as the president of the Spanish Federation. Also, we didn't talk about this. So during the celebration, after he had kissed Jenni and after the crotch grab, he had made some other inappropriate remarks, and we'll read about that.
Luis Rubiales promises to take Spain's stars to Ibiza and marry Jenni Hermoso after awkwardly kissing her on the lip. Luis Rubiales then enters the dressing room. He tells the players the FA will pay for a trip to Ibiza, and then he will marry Jenni Hermoso. The footage was posted on Salma Paroluelo's Instagram Live.
So during the celebrations, he had made the comment that after, they're all going to go to Ibiza, and that's when he's going to marry Jenni Hermoso. As he thinks it's some type of benign comment. He thinks it's some type of all fun and games. It's not. And for him not to be aware that that's inappropriate, or maybe he knows it's inappropriate, but to say that's highly inappropriate. And that is also, a form of sex. It's also a form of sexual harassment. Yeah. I mean, I did watch the video, and it's like, the power dynamic is, no matter what he says, even if the players it's joking at the time, it's that power dynamic to say those things are completely inappropriate. And we know that Jenni didn't like the kiss to begin with, and then also to be subject of the joke of they're going to go get married. You know what I mean?
Yeah, highly, highly disturbing stuff.
Yeah. And it's also that thing. It's kind of like, if you don't go along with the president says, you're off the team. You know, it's more that behavior, that power. He's the boss.
Intimidation.
Yeah, intimidation. Also, Jenni Hermoso came out with a statement through her union. So Sara will read this, kind of the statement she put out through her union.
Jenni Hermoso will pursue sanctions against REFE President Luis Rubiales after he kissed her during Spain's World Cup celebrations. In a statement with her union, it is essential that our team is represented by figures who project their values of equality and respect in all areas.
So she put out that statement, and that was from her, not directly, but through her union. Also, I did not know this. Someone left a comment. Apparently, once the Spanish government got involved, that means that the big additional problem is that if the Spanish government get involved in this matter, according to FIFA rules, the Spanish Federation will be suspended from all international matches. So that is very serious. And I don't know if suspended means they forfeit, which I don't necessarily think it does, but suspended, that's not good. You don't want the Spanish government involved. It looked like FIFA opened their investigations, and there's more to it. I mean, we are simplifying it. There's so much more to it. Now, this is the part I quite know where it goes from here. We know that the Spanish government is proceeding with disciplinary actions from the Spanish government. We know that FIFA still has their investigation. What is the Spanish Federation going to actually, will there be any punishment for Rubiales? Because apparently they don't even have a lot of power to discipline him through like their bylaws. There's really strange rules. So what can they do? As he said, something might happen Monday, but I'm not quite sure if that's through the Federation, but through FIFA investigation now with the Spanish government, something probably will happen. I'm just not quite sure to the next step. I don't know if it goes directly to the Spanish government, or exactly what the Federation can actually do. So I guess that's where we go from here. Apparently there's this rule that you can't oust a president that only has 16 months left on their term. He is the vice president of UEFA. If he's allowed to still continue to be the vice president of UEFA, hopefully not. So this is present day Sara. We recorded half this video before when we thought that Rubiales was going to resign. As we know now, he hasn't, and I really thought he was going to resign, and it's disheartening to see that a World Cup win is being overshadowed by this. But like we've talked about, this, you know, it's a good thing. It's maybe a good thing for overall change in the organization to have this happen. Therefore, going forward, these players are more protected. I really thought this was going to be a different video, but I guess the situation is changing hour by hour. He could come out tomorrow, maybe say he was resigning. I mean, I doubt that. But also the fact that Jenni has to go through this, and, you know, we're talking about this rather than them being the World Cup champions. If he were to just resign, then maybe internally they could do something and not really change. But if outside factors get involved, maybe the change will be even more significant. But what does everyone think? Questions, comments down below. We will see where it goes from here. But as of today, he is still the president and he has not resigned. Questions, comments down below. What does everyone think? Have a great night. Bye.